because we had made the first season for $3,000.
For $3,000?
Yeah.
What would you say is the most Detroit thing about you?
If I'm being real.
Wait!
I got nominated for an Emmy, and then ABC Digital folded.
But he's gonna kill her.
Nobody said we had to keep her safe. When my career started working better for me was when I tapped more into
the you of it all.
The me of it all. When we get reparations, it has to be handled properly. You cannot just give every Black person a Mercedes and a Birkin.
Why?
Because a stroke doesn't need to be compromised to kill.
No.
So what was the question?
How you doing? Today's house guest I'm really excited about. She's an Emmy-nominated creator. She's a writer, producer, and actress. She's got her own show on BET+. It's called Diarra From Detroit. That means we're talking about Diarra Kilpatrick. Let's get it. Every time I see you, it's an accolade. Every time I see you, it's a milestone. Every time I see you, it's people being like, this is so great.
I don't even know if I take it in like that.
Really?
Yeah, like you said that and I was like, oh, I guess there have been some accolades. I just feel like, listen, I'll be looking at my bank account and I'll be like, okay, so let's build more.
We're not eating accolades.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I also want to make sure that I'm still charged up and like ready to sell and ready to meet people and explain what more I want to do.
Yes.
You know?
We're digging into that today. I want to offer you a drink first, though.
Okay.
So, have you ever had a summer shandy? You know it's hot as hell outside.
Yeah, yes.
Why you looking at me like?
Because I instantly regretted my outfit. Like I was like, why did I wear clothes to the Valley?
So this incredible brewery in California, Crowns and Hops, they make some of the most spectacular beers, in my opinion. Okay, so I do half a beer.
I'm an extreme lightweight.
Yep.
Like one drink and I'm excitable and then sleep.
Like in that order, rapid fire. Don't drop it.
Oh, wow, that was good. You know, when I first came to LA, I like tried to waitress and I couldn't carry stuff like that.
No,
so
me either.
It was
I was always losing the pad. I
was always forgetting what people wanted. I spilled stuff. Like I used to be like, oh, it's my first day. And then the guy would be like, you were here last month spilling shit on me.
Okay, here we go. There you are.
Thank you. So are you a bartender? Is that your thing?
Yep. This is your first summer shandy?
Yes, it was great.
What'd you think?
I didn't even wait.
It was good.
Listen, I normally drink margaritas and that's it.
So I think this could be...
So it's a similar vibe.
Is that alcohol and it's got lemon?
I'm just a tequila girl.
I get it. I'm the same way.
It makes me happy.
Right? Good
so
to go.
Anybody wants to send me tequila or mezcal.
You can do the smoky. Because most people are like weird about mezcal.
Earthy, smoky, yes.
Okay.
That's my vibe.
Now,
earthy.
Sheer, bam. But you know about it. I love that you said you got to give it to them while you got it, because I get it.
Yeah, especially after you have a kid, you know, because like when you have a kid, you kind of expect like, well, yes, like today's titties are not yesterday's titties. That's just what it is. But I still feel really like my body mostly just went right back to where it came from with a twist, like same body, but with a twist.
With a twist. Did you know early on in your life you wanted to be a mom?
No, I didn't know I wanted to be a mom until like my child was maybe 6 months.
I was well into the pregnancy when I discovered. I think I want.
But you know, like. I had a great mom. She's passed on and I still say have because sometimes things be showing up and I'll be like.
That's you. I know the feeling.
Did you lose your mom?
My father.
Your father. So you have an angel, so you know. And so I just trusted her because she kept saying, have your child, like have some children or have your child. Like it's the most beautiful thing. And she also has a friend who's an actress, Juanita Jennings. And at my wedding, she was like, have your babies. Like she's very dramatic.
Is that the speech?
It was. She like pulled me aside.
Let everybody know right now. Diarra, you better have your babies.
She's actually in Diarra From Detroit. She's actually plays a therapist in Diarra From Detroit.
Wait. For real?
Yes.
That's her?
Yes. So I trusted these wise women in my life that were like, have your kids. And my husband is the most kind of tender, sweet guy. I really wanted him to be a father.
Yeah.
And then when I got pregnant, I was like, oh, and it was right after my mom passed. And so I felt like it was in divine order.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have that thing.
Right. That people talk about, like, I've always wanted to be a mother.
Since I was 2 years old, I always wanted to be a mother. Yeah.
Right. No. Weren't you just freshly?
I liked dolls that you could play with and then go, I don't want to play with this right now.
I want a new one.
Right.
Can't do that so much with the kids.
No.
Like, and not be judged.
Or jail.
Yeah, jail.
It's really funny. The first picture I have with him is I'm like,
are you sure?
I thought he'd be darker because my husband's white. And so I just was like,
not fresh out the womb. Like, where you? We're going to get him some sun right now.
And you know, Black people, everybody, because it was during COVID, everybody's like, let me see his ears. Let me see his toes.
Trying to look and see where the brown is at?
Just strip the baby naked and run the phone over the baby.
That's so
I can joke about it now because that little boy has my heart to such a deep, that now I feel exactly what the people are talking about.
Yeah.
And now I am like, am I going to do it again?
Are you going to do it again?
I don't know if I'm meant to like carry and do that whole thing.
Right. But open to it.
I'm very open to a lot of different avenues to becoming a mother of two of two.
Or
I was going to say or three. But
you went from 6 months, I think we got this, to, let's do 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, let's Josephine Baker it. Let's just.
What would you say is the most Detroit thing about you?
Ooh. I'm resilient.
Uh-huh.
I have a thick skin. I'm tough.
Yeah.
I think there's also one thing people don't know about Detroit is there's a warmth to it. We do have a code. Like, if I got you, I got you.
No matter what.
I'm not one of those people that takes everybody into my inner sanctum. You know what I mean? But once you're in, I got you.
Right. So we've got.
Wow, you got Detroit style pizza.
Detroit deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, the face is already. I'm
pained.
You're like,
I feel so bad because I don't want. Listen, Detroit, don't come for me, please.
In the comments.
I love y'all. I made a whole show about how much I love y'all.
But the pizza.
I went to school in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I went to NYU. It's where I first was out all night drinking or dancing with my girlfriends. It's where I fell in love with my husband. I really romanticize New York pizza. If
I were to show you a D-Town.
Yes, that's classic.
This does nothing for you.
I mean, I would definitely have a slice. But if I'm being real.
Yeah.
I do think that the quintessential slice is a New York slice.
Now, do you grandma slice it though?
What's that mean?
It's like it's in a grandma slice is in a rectangular pan. And it's a little bit.
No.
Nope.
So I want a triangle. I think we have Chicago. I prefer Detroit pizza over Chicago style pizza.
The Chicago is way more sauce.
You're doing too much.
You're doing way too much. Do less.
Do less, Chicago.
Do less.
They're going to come for me. Damn.
There are people who I was having conversations with that was like, man, she just exploded onto the scene. And I was like, well, no, I'm seeing this project. I'm seeing this project. I'm seeing this project. It didn't start at Viola Davis. It was.
Yeah, I was born. They introduced me to Viola Davis was my nurse.
Right.
No, I mean, I went to NYU to study theater.
Yeah.
I came out to LA and like a crazy person did a lot of theater. And it's wild because LA is not a big theater city, but it's where I found community. It's where I was able to work on a lot of different roles that I wouldn't have normally gotten.
Because you were in this city going after it.
Well, because I was doing theater. And so it was an expansive amount of material in theater for Black women.
Right.
Whereas on TV, it was like, do you want to play this crack hoe who's, going to answer questions for a detective, So that's what it is.
Crack hoe number 2.
Yeah. Do you want to be crack hoe number 2 or do you want to do this whole play?
Right.
And star in this whole play and go on this journey. So I ended up doing a lot of theater, I think, because I love it and I got to explore so many characters. And then, I started feeling like, ooh, what would be great? Insurance.
That part.
Money, be able to take a vacation and not stress out. And so I really wanted to transition to doing more television. And I did American Coco, which was a web series that I made myself.
Were you always writing?
So I had written a one-woman show. in college that I put on out here.
Okay.
So I wrote that. And then I wrote a pilot and kind of put it in a drawer. And then when I really hit that frustrated place, I was like, let me pick up my writing again and just write something for myself. So I did that, and I happened to have done a play with Viola's husband, who was a guy named Julius. Great actor.
Incredible.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. And we actually didn't even have any scenes together in that play. It was The Piano Lesson by August Wilson.
Yes.
But both of us had a lot of downtime in that show.
Okay.
So we would be in the back, and he would be talking about his wife all the time. When I made American Coco, the web series, I sent it to everybody, and they called back, and they were like, I want to help you. We love this. So they came on board as EPs. We made the second season. We reshot the first season because we had made the first season for $3,000.
You did the whole season?
For $3,000.
For $3,000.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm sticking on that is because, there are people who have an idea and they feel like, one, it's going to take too much, it's going to cost too much, or if I don't spend a whole bunch of money on it, who's going to care about it?
Yeah.
But sometimes that investment up front helps you prove the concept.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do a whole bunch of explaining to people when it's time to really go.
Exactly. You have your proof of concept to some degree. The lighting might not be great.
Hey.
But the writing and acting is there.
It's there, because that lighting will get you sometimes.
The lighting is. But listen, Tubi, how many people are on Tubi? They don't care about lighting?
They don't care about lighting. Is there a light?
I don't know that there's always a light. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure there's not always a light. Sometimes it's not even a camera. I'm going to be honest.
Have you seen Tubi just a drawing before?
Yeah.
No,
yes, I have. Just captions.
Just captions.
It's like, is it that dark? Or they didn't even film shit. They just said, we're going to put a black screen and put the captions on the screen. The people, it'll be fine. And guess what?
God bless them.
I finished it.
You finished it?
I watched that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, there's a movie called Plug Love where there's a scene where a guy is pleasuring a woman from behind, we'll say.
Okay.
But then there's a shootout, and someone comes in, and he doesn't stop smashing her to shoot this person.
Oh.
And it's so creative. It's so great that we actually tried to do an homage to it in Diarra From Detroit. But we actually ended up having to cut it. That was definitely one of the things the studio was like, what is this? And I was like, well, I really wanted to acknowledge some of the auteurs that are, making these wonderful films in Detroit. The scene exists, but that we weren't able to have the homeless people sleeping and then the guy pulling out a gun and shooting, but never stopping his stroke. You know what I mean? Because a stroke doesn't need to be compromised to kill.
No.
So what was the question? We remade the first season with lights and a budget.
Right.
And we made a second season for ABC Digital. And it killed. It was for a digital series. I got nominated for an Emmy. It was on all these lists and things. Same year, it was a little winning season.
Yes.
And then ABC Digital folded.
Right.
And it was
wait, but I thought we were doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what it did was it just really opened up the industry to who I was and what my voice was. It's been, for sure, a journey. I haven't come from nowhere. I just been plug loving away.
When you were this student in school in New York, what was the dream that you had?
I wanted to be an actor who was transformational. I love those kind of actors, like a Jeffrey Wright or, a Cate Blanchett, who just from role to role, you're they just kind of disappear into the character. Back to the theater, that's what I got to do a lot of in the theater, different accents and different time periods and places.
Are you good at accents?
I'm not bad.
What's the one you nail?
I feel like I'm going to be tested, so now I don't want to say.
I have a really good Australian.
Oh, I have a terrible Australian.
By that I mean I can say one word really well.
What is it?
Nari.
Oh.
Nari.
Oh.
Oh, Nari.
What does that even mean?
It's no, but they have
I'm going, Anari. Is that a woman's name?
You said, what does that even mean?
What's a woman's name?
Nari.
Oh, okay.
What?
I feel like most of the accents that I'm good at are blood memory. They're black accents.
Okay,
they're black accents.
I
love the South African accent. They're sort of I don't know how to explain, but there is a rhythm to it. And I do feel like if my husband ever sort of left me.
Sort of left you?
Trevor Noah could be my second husband.
Is that right?
He's got a big African booty. and he's so smart.
So smart.
And so cute.
I love you. I'm crying.
You have to cut out that I said that Trevor Noah has a big African butt.
And that's absolutely going to be the teaser for this episode.
No.
Trevor, they made me say it. They made me. It's on the card. It's right here.
It is. My girlfriend and I have a thing. Like, his butt is very big. It's
a good African booty.
Yeah.
You talk about disappearing into characters and getting to jump into the skin of other people, but there's something also inherently so you. I feel like watching your work, you've really taken us on this journey of getting to know you.
That's been my journey. Because I think I loved acting because I'm like, I don't want to be me. I want to be like all these other characters.
Really?
And then when my career started working better for me was when I tapped more into
the you of it all,
the me of it all. And that. I mean, hopefully there will be more opportunity for me to do that and to interpret some really wild characters.
Because I feel like action is next for you.
I like that.
That's what I feel like it's, you know what I mean?
I would love that.
In a fur.
I want to see Black women in all those spaces that I haven't seen us in.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like a girl from Chicago running around.
Right.
Doing action
like that
since Blaxploitation, and that has such a like campiness or like a comedic twist to it, but like sincerely, a Black female-led action movie, haven't seen it. I'm sure they're on Tubi, but with like a proper budget, I haven't seen it. Have you?
That's not like Woman King, right?
Right. Well, that was beautiful.
But that's a different thing. I'm not talking about that. I want to see you jumping from one building to it. I wanted to see you on some Tom Cruise.
On the popcorn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, popcorn movie. Yeah. Woman King was beautiful though. That part of it was gorgeous too, to see all those Black women and their beautiful Black bodies. They were so like ripped and gorgeous, and then the work was really strong.
How many years did it take in development before we saw the first episode?
I'd say it took 2 years altogether from me starting at BET Plus to the show coming out.
Is that right?
So it wasn't too long. A lot of times,
but there are people right now who are like, 2 years is not a long time.
Not for TV development.
Thank you.
It's not even developing, but I've been producing this feature now for years that I'm working on. So it can take time.
What went into the choice of naming this character Diarra? Like, why did she have your name? I
still felt like I was hiding a little bit. I would like develop these shows and I'd give the main character like a different name that was almost Diarra.
Okay.
But I just felt like it was time to just be like very intentional about it and just kind of like send a message to the universe that I was ready for this to happen.
Oh, wow.
And it seemed like it works, you know? It's like, I Love Lucy. Like, I mean, just all the way, you know, Seinfeld, even on Fresh Prince, Will Smith was named Will. You know?
Yep.
And so it was like, maybe people just feel a little bit closer to you, like they're getting a more authentic part of you or something. I don't know, but...
I love that you have also like some of the cameos that happened in this first season of the show. Miss Rashad.
Crazy.
How did you send her the script?
Yeah.
Because did she know what she was going to be talking about with them Temptations?
Yes, she did. She signed up for it. She knew what it was. People's reaction to her cussing and talking about sex is so funny to me.
We have never seen it.
People don't know that that's not their mother.
Right.
Like, I see comments and they're like, oh no. I just saw somebody the other day who was just like, I still can't get over it. I'm like, y'all, that's a grown woman. She got kids.
Whole life. Is that a dream come true kind of casting moment for you?
Yeah, it was.
Did you pinch like the 13-year-old girl from Detroit and was like, you were really doing something?
I was getting pinched all over because first they were like, Morris said yes.
Right.
He was on my wall at one point. You know, there was a Essence magazine cover of like all the Black male actors at the time. And they all still cute. It's weird. That generation of Black actors
just
said goodbye to aging. Yeah, not going to happen for me. And so when he said yes, I was like, oh my God. And I remember the first day we were doing some scene and it wasn't scripted. And our director was like, can you give each other a little peck? You know? And I was like, You know, it's happening. You know,
Right.
like my 16-year-old self said, what is happening? Harry Lennox is also in this show and I remember meeting him and it was such a big deal because 5 Heartbeats is such a big movie for me.
Come on, nights like this.
I wish raindrops would fall. And then our cast of people who are, you know, we're just introducing to audiences.
Yeah.
They're so fantastic.
Watching your portrayal of this teacher turned private eye.
Yeah.
Also clued me into like, you must have a real love for like the mystery genre.
Yes, Murder, She Wrote, Matlock, Columbo, Perry Mason. That's all the stuff I used to watch with my granny.
Yeah.
Those were the shows of hers that I liked. I also just have a warm feeling, like that memory of just being in her house with that plastic on the couch and the candy dish and
that you could not touch.
Oh, my granny loved me.
I don't know about yours, but we was fresh in that candy jar.
Listen, my mother was the health food fanatic.
Okay.
My granny was like, do you want candy? Do you want bacon? Like, she was like, this child is too skinny. So every time I would get there, she couldn't wait.
See, my mama was like, I remember her, she had a front like formal living room. And then she had like a TV room where she spent most of her time. She smoked and she had 2 birds, Salt and Pepper, these doves that made so much noise. And I remember we tried to go to the front room to watch TV because she was watching Wheel of Fortune.
Of course.
We tried to go to the front room to watch TV. She came in and she saw us. She was like, what are y'all doing in here? Y'all don't even know how to watch TV. Turn the TV off. We were like 13 and 14 at the time. It's like, we know how to watch TV. Okay, Mama. I guess we're just gonna go outside. She said, yeah, I know to go outside and run around. Got all that damn energy. Y'all don't even know how to watch TV.
Hilarious.
Get off my TV.
Hilarious.
So no, we couldn't get in the candy jar.
Oh,
no, that was for company, she said that room is for company. And we were like, well, we don't live here. Aren't we?
Yeah.
Company, don't
There's
we?
a lot of people that had that. They had that like presentational room that nobody ever went in. She had a lot of ornate shit in there. It was like, did you think you were Marie Antoinette? It was very over the top.
Yes. You live in Franklin, Indiana.
Right.
Where did you get this stuff?
Yes. And then when you went outside her door, it was a war zone. Like, it was like that house was missing. That was a crack house. But like inside, it was palatial and it felt like a castle.
People love this show.
Yeah, that's
they love this show. Do you love this show?
Yeah.
Would you do another season of it?
Yeah, I would. I feel like there's a lot of stories to tell within. She can solve a lot of crimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Detroit is such a complicated place and there's so many worlds within worlds.
Seeing her in the classroom, in the student body assemblies, that was hilarious to me.
My mother was a teacher and I just loved her point of view on her profession and, you know, the kids, and she loved it and she loved them so much, but she also kept it very real. Like, she would be very mad at people's names, the kids' names. Like, what is this? That don't spell that. You know what I mean? And then she would be like, I'm trying to remember all these kids' names. I got a Takeisha, a Twakeisha, and a Waukesha, and they look totally different. And they look different, and I'm trying to keep it straight. And she always had that point of view, and I just watched how much she cared and how hard she tried.
So Diarra's kind of an homage to her,
absolutely,
like a love letter to that.
Yeah, to
and
my
to
mom
your grandmother,
and to my granny.
I'm telling you, they will be so proud.
Yeah, they are.
You have to feel it.
We were getting close to the premiere, and I was getting real sad because my mom was like my cheerleader. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was like, Mom, I was like, Ma, like, I need to know that you are with me and that you are seeing all of this, and I need a sign, and I don't want that shit to be subtle. Like, I need a sign because I'm so sad that you're not here. So the night of the premiere, my girlfriend Gerald comes up to me after we've done the whole thing. We're heading to the party, and she said, you know, when we were cleaning out your mom's place, you gave me a thing that had some of her jewelry in it. And it was a little heart necklace that said Mom in the middle. And she was like, and when I saw it in there, I said, oh, no, I have to give this back to her. And I thought, when she becomes a mom, I'll give it back to her. But you know how time works and memory works, and she forgot. I saw it. I said, let me put a chain. It was just the charm. And she said, let me put a chain on it and bring this to her tonight. So she knows that her mom is with her, and she knows that she's becoming a mother of a different kind because she's ushering in all this art and all this beauty. And I was like, Okay, fine.
Okay, right. I'm glad you heard me.
Yeah, I was like,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
I'm over here full tears, okay? Because,
Yeah.
like, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, she really showed up.
Yeah.
And on your heart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
On my heart, yeah. So I've been wearing that often.
What a beautiful reminder that, like, I'm always with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since I know you love the drama of the investigator, the mystery genre, I have a little game for us. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let me go get my props.
Okay.
Okay, so you see these folks?
Ooh.
Oh, wait, well, you already got some standouts.
Annalise Keating.
Yep.
She's messy, but she's helpful.
True.
Daenerys, that's my girl right there.
She's going to get to the bottom of it.
Jessica Fletcher, that's also my girl. I talk a lot about Diarra from Detroit is like Jessica Fletcher, but hornier with better clothes.
Wait, you didn't think Jessica Fletcher had good clothes?
I did not.
The trench coats with the pussy bows and the...
not pussy bows.
I've got some scenarios here.
Okay.
We're going to tack a scenario on the board, and then you're going to tell me who do you think can actually get to the bottom of it, who could solve this mystery and why.
Full disclosure, I don't know some of these people.
Who don't you know?
I didn't watch some of these things.
Like
The Office.
Same.
I was done with The Real Housewives when the one girl, I saw the episode where the girl thought that the Underground Railroad was a real train.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I can't get dumber by watching this kind of stuff.
I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to be with you in a minute. I'm going to just go over here and take a shot.
Portia. Her name was Portia. They visited the site of the Underground Railroad and she was looking for the train tracks. And I was like, I'm done here. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
But I also knew that there was not an actual literal train.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that.
Our first scenario, who would you be stuck with day one of the apocalypse?
Ooh, Daenerys.
Are you sure you don't want to? You listen, because once you go Daenerys, you can't use Daenerys again.
Oh, I can never use her again?
Yeah.
Okay, so day one of the apocalypse, I'm picking Black Panther because I feel like Wakanda is going to have some sort of protection against apocalypse.
Are you trying to go right to Wakanda?
Absolutely.
Is this not the password?
Maybe Trevor Noah will be there.
Apocalypse. You know what?
Oh.
Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go
The little
Ellie.
white girl from the apocalypse.
I'm going to go Ellie because she's been there. Because she's been there before.
She is the little white girl from the apocalypse.
And it was zombies.
But
like
does she survive without, doesn't she need the man to help her or is she like a survivor?
Well, I'm hoping maybe he with her. Maybe when she shows up, she calls him on the phone or sends a smoke signal and is like, I'm with Scott. We ready. Okay. That's where I'm going.
I still think I'm faring better. Black Panther?
Yeah, but I can't pick Black Panther.
Who would you vote for president? That's tough. Okay, I'm going to go Olivia Pope.
Wait, it's not your turn?
Oh! Don't take my answer.
Because I'm going Olivia Pope. But wait, hear me out. Don't take my verse.
No.
Hear me out. I'm going to say Olivia Pope because much like Ellie, she's already been there.
She's been there.
Granted, she's not been president, but like her daddy runs B13, right?
B613 or something?
Yeah, that one.
I don't know.
Also, if she's president, we definitely getting reparations. She's going to figure it out. You know what I mean? And it's going to be more than loan forgiveness. I'm getting a Mercedes, maybe even a Birkin.
Oh, God.
You know?
That's my greatest fear.
A Birkin?
No.
It's like my dream right now.
Is a Dave Chappelle sketch. Like, if we get reparations, it has to be handled properly.
What do you mean?
You cannot just give every Black person a Mercedes and a Birkin.
Why?
That's not going to help. And then they're going to be like, what are y'all niggas complaining about? We gave you a Mercedes and a Birkin. It has to be systemic. It has to be college. It has to be debt forgiveness. It has to be help buying houses. It has to be
you can
education.
figure that out when it's your choice. My choice is a Mercedes and a Birkin from Olivia Pope. She's going to be like, is handled.
I do like Jessica Fletcher because she's a smarty pants.
Yep. She also looks like a former presidential candidate.
She looks like
if you blur your eyes.
I just don't remember her solving any. Did she solve any black crimes?
No.
Did she solve anything but white issues?
So like most presidents.
Yeah. I guess it's a Shondaland presidency. And I'm going to go for Annalise Keating.
You going to put Annalise Keating up here?
Because
okay, you do.
Because here's the thing.
Okay.
Is she messy? Does she have a substance abuse problem?
Annalise Keating.
But she is a smart woman. And I feel like she would know that she needs to surround herself with the right people.
And be a good cabinet. And
she would come out and be more of like a figurehead, and she would pull it together for her speeches. She would be very elegant and eloquent during speeches.
True.
And then she would find other people to run the actual country.
And then we would find out like in her second campaign that like she killed 4 people.
She killed 4 people. But here's the thing. On the plus, this next president is going to seat how many Supreme Court justices?
Right.
3 or 4? So I trust her even slightly intoxicated choices.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Why isn't this? Oh my God. Oh, this is a setup. What is a black job? Who will know what a black job is?
I'm going to have to
get to the bottom of it.
With Daenerys Targaryen.
What? Wait, hold on a second. Daenerys is going to know what a black job is?
She held a black job. She was a magician. This heifer right here, she had to deal with some foolishness because she made the best of a really tough circumstance. Her brother tried to hoe her out.
It's true.
She tamed this man, revealed his heart, and then made dragon's eggs hatch dragons that hadn't hatched dragons in I don't know how long. And she was a good ruler to her people. And she brought in the one black girl on the show.
She did.
And just when it was her time to shine, the writers flipped the script on us and changed who she really was.
Because there was no part of any of the Game of Thrones that Daenerys would have ended up being the chick that she ended up being.
I didn't buy the progression.
No.
So I feel like she held a black job, a thankless black job, and then history treated her dirty, did her dirty. So
I'm going to go with Phaedra Parks.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with Phaedra Parks.
Please do.
I feel like Phaedra Parks has had the most jobs of anybody still on the board.
Okay.
And that if anybody would be able to define exactly what a black job was, she's going to be able to do it. Mm-hmm. From corporate law to real estate to funeral home to a competition show star, boutique owner.
Wow, I don't even know this bio.
Restaurateur.
Okay.
Body shop connoisseur. Dentist. Dental hygienist.
She's a dentist?
Masseuse. Spiritual healer. I'm pretty sure hairstylist. If anybody gonna find out what a black job is,
it's Phaedra.
From the inside out. Mm-hmm. And she probably already making money at it. That's the thing. You
and most importantly, she knows that the Underground Railroad is a metaphorical thing.
I'm gonna take another shot.
Are you really taking shots?
I'm really taking a shot.
Is he playing a game that I don't know about? You better call Becky with the good hair.
Oh, is that the one?
Who is Becky with the good hair?
Oh, who's gonna figure? Dang. See, Phaedra would have been good at that too. I think the obvious choice is Nene.
Okay. So, which one are you going with?
Well, I'm gonna go Velma. You know why?
No.
She old as hell. She old as hell. When was the first time we saw Velma on TV?
1952 or something.
And she still looked like this. If there was anybody...
Velma's black. She's passing.
You hear me?
Yes.
Her name is Velma. In the 50s. This motherfucker is black. Okay?
She is black.
Now you could try to play they like, oh, she just has she's island black. With these freckles.
Uh-huh.
And this reddish brown hair. Creole, you say?
Creole.
Like Beyonce's mama?
Exactly. New Orleans.
Come on, full
My
circle.
mom, Louisiana. My daddy, Alabama.
You mix that Negro with that Creole, make it Texas Llama.
Island baby, Harry, baby, got an eyebrow. I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils. Earned all this money, but they never take the country out me. I got hot sauce in my bag.
Swag.
I see it, I own it. I stunt, I dream it, I work hard, I own it. I twirl on the
Haters. Alligators. Receivers.
Quavo.
No chaser. Like I said.
Best answer in the game. The creepy guy from You.
Oh, the murderer.
He's a really good stalker.
But he's gonna kill her.
Nobody said we had to keep her safe. I mean, we hate her, right? So this is a good team of investigators.
I think we're set. I'm gonna tell you what I do know beyond a shadow of a doubt. You have been the best guest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate this so much. Thank you for having me.
This was super fun.
You were the bomb.
And then we body roll out.
That's when you know. See, that's how when we solve our crime. That's how we celebrate.
Yes. Yes.
You gotta give them one of those.
That's a definite black celebration.
Right?
Two guns. Pow, pow, pow.
Wait, or
pow, pow,
pow, pow.